How's it going, guys? Strife here. So I started this recording a little late, but I realized I don't have the Harpy Fractal recorded yet. So that first part we just came up, there's just a bunch of Harpies, they knock you down. As you can see from my toolbar, I have stability and then 2 projectile reflex. So Guardian makes it quite a bit easier. You'll see it on the second part. So in this room, you are going to end up fighting 4 veterans or champions. So the first thing that we killed was the rabbit. It has super low health, but it can one-shot you. So you want to focus that real quick. And then from there, the only veteran mob is this bandit. It plants bombs on the ground that knocks you back. But besides that, it goes down quickly. And then from there, there's 2 champions left. You want to focus the Flame Legion Shaman first. And you can use projectile reflection for this guy. Because he only has 2 attacks. He's going to put these lava circles on the ground and then he's going to throw fireballs. To make it a bit easier, you can either drag the Etten, and then whoever has aggro on him can bring him to the other side of the room while 4 people fight. Or for Fractal this easy, we end up just grouping them together, so we DPS them down faster. But because the Etten only has melee attacks, so if one person does kite him around, it's pretty easy. So you can see that, and he has 2 different charge-up moves. He has the one that's like a shockwave out of him, and then he has one that makes a stone circle around him like that. That one is they're actually both easy to dodge if you range him down. If you are meleeing him, it's a bit more tricky because each charge move has different timing. So a lot of times I'll use like Aegis or block skills, or you can just use your evades. So I believe he alternates between his 2 different types of charge moves, but sometimes he'll do the same one twice, so it just depends. But for the most part he alternates, so the next one he's going to do a shockwave most likely, which has a longer charge up time than the stone circle that goes around him. So he did the stone circle twice there. Alright, so there's those 4 bosses. They do have a lot of health there, the Etten does at least, so it can take a while. The Harpies in this fractal actually drop a good amount of blood, which can be the tier 6 powerful blood, or a lot of potent blood, so you can actually get some pretty decent drops from this fractal. So up here is just a little path that you have to run through and not hit these electric bars. You can dodge through them like this and not get hit. And then once you get up here, you can hit these consoles. If you have condition removal, you can actually hit all 3 by yourself. Once you hit all 3, it just turns off these traps so the rest of your group can get up if they got down for some reason. Alright, so in here, you're going to need to turn the fan on past level 10 once you fight this golem. Before actually aggroing him, you can set up the crystals on each side. You're going to need each side charged with 1 crystal before you can activate the fan. There's enough crystals for 4 charges of each side. So usually you just have people run the crystals back and set them next to the charge consoles, just so you'll be ready when you need charges while you're fighting the boss to do it quickly. The other thing that you need to be careful about is you don't want to turn the fan on until you aggro the boss and it starts attacking, or else it's going to bug the room. And you'll turn the fan on, but the poison won't get released. The other good thing for Guardian, at least, is the Spirit Shield that I have. It's going to block all his projectiles, so you can stay in melee range and just do maximum DPS. It looks like he's bugged right now. A lot of times when a lot of people are in melee, kind of like a lot of other bosses in this game, they get bugged and they don't do anything, so that just makes it even easier. But kind of wanted to show you the Spirit Shield, but I guess it doesn't matter as much. Here we go. So now you could charge each console. So here you see the Spirit Shields negating his poison bolts. You could charge each crystal there, turn the fan on to get the poison out of the room, but since we were killing him so quickly, we just didn't bother. Alright, so here's the second Harpy part. You can either use stability and reflections, or if you are ranged, strafe back and forth like I am, and a lot of the knockdown electric bolt things will miss the platform because they'll be pathing to the direction you're moving. So see how I was moving there and the bolt just flew way off? You want to do that if you don't have any stability or reflection, because a lot of the times it'll prevent that from happening. So I'll go in melee range now just because it's faster. I just wanted to show you that real quick. Alright, so here if you get between all 3 mobs and pull them, they actually are close enough where they're not going to do their knockdown attack. The knockdown move that these Harpies do are range based, so if you're pretty close to them in melee range, they're not going to do it. They only do it when you're at range. So here you can stand in the middle of these 3, put up like a Spirit Shield or something, and then not have to worry about their knockdown. Same kind of thing here, stand between these 2. Although you still have to worry about the one up there, I guess, at aggroed. Spirit Shield isn't up 100% of the time, it's probably like 95% of the time, so it is possible for you to get knocked down by just having bad luck. Once you get up here, you want to jump up here between these 2 because they won't knock down. And then from there we're at the boss. So this boss is really easy with Guardians. With 2 Guardians, you pretty much have 100% uptime for projectiles. With 1 Guardian, you're going to have pretty significant uptime still. So I'll show you how to do this. We're only on 18. At 20 plus, the mobs die almost instantly from agony because you reflect it back on the Asura. So you'll see when it casts its balls, it should hit the golem if you're standing in the right spot. And then we all have high resist in this group. We're just doing our daily mainly. And my spirit shield's going to be up in a moment. So obviously if we were on a higher fractal, we'd wait for my spirit shield cooldown, or we'd have multiple golems. But since we don't, and this is only the tier 2 fractal, we can just kill him. So they're all stacked up nicely here. Now we can just stand on them and kill them, because we have this reflection up, spirit shield. So the same kind of thing kind of applies to higher level fractals. I'll try to get one up. I haven't done it recently on like 20 plus, but you can reflect the bolts back to the golems and they die pretty much instantly at 20 plus from agony. And that is it for this fractal. Thanks for watching.